Hey Renee.
Hey Philip, how are you?
Good, I was just thinking of doing a little video to introduce what MusicLab is all about. Would you have time to just help me look at it?
Sure, I always have time. Look, we're doing construction everywhere in this building. Leftover stuff. This is what's very interesting about this space. Here's the main room. This used to be a practice room for the Army orchestra and choir. It's already got soundproofing. You can see the walls are kind of soundproof, the ceiling is soundproof. The walls here are baffled, so they're actually designed to carry sound this way. And if you look back here, there was already, a window here from an old recording booth. And there's also some soundproofing in the recording booth. So the basic shell, the basic shape is already here. But if you look at the condition of the room, we've got, carpet from 1970. We have very old heaters, old electrics. These curtains are just about to fall down. Over here, there could be another connection to this end of the building over here. Here's some old stage. You can see this dilapidated stage. We need to build something that's solid and functional. These old doors, look, I have to use a fake key just to open it. There has been no investment in these spaces, I think, in 30, 35 years or 40 years. You see some technical equipment that we've gathered over the years that we'd like to incorporate into the new space. We believe in recycling, yes? We don't throw anything away. We try to build it into the new spaces. We did that in the theater also, so we're going to reuse some of this stuff. Of course, we want to put in new lighting. You could have an entrance here. We want to put in a proper floor, probably a linoleum floor, something you can dance on. The trick is how to make a venue that works well for live performance and for recording, because they have two different acoustics. The windows, also, we want to brick up the windows. We need to get rid of these windows because too much sound travels outside right now. When the bands have practiced in here in the past, too much sound is going to the library, and that's not very good for studying. So we want to make a real soundproof room. So one of the main things that is really missing here on campus is a better selection of instruments that students can use. We have a very small selection of stuff, and the stuff that we do have is already about 10 years old. So we've got some old beat up cymbals. You can see this has been smashed once upon a time because it's just not enough of a good place to care for these things properly. Look, the whole thing's held together by tape here. And we have on campus about 4 or 5 pianos. And they're all in kind of, how should I put this, less than desirable condition. These have been donated by various people who thought, well, I want to give the university something nice. I'll give them this lovely old piano, but the pianos we get aren't very good. We could really use a good concert piano. That's why in the Piano da Forte concert that you're seeing in the cinema tonight, there's no proper piano on stage because we just don't have one that's really good enough to put in a concert like this and can really afford to move a piano back and forth for one show. So it'd be great to have more of a concert piano that we can use, and even just a practice piano that students can work on. Again, the keys are falling off some of these things. It's nice that people give us stuff, but it has to be in good condition. And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff we get is not so great. And do we invest in stuff that doesn't really belong to us? It would be nice, because this is like on loan. I could spend money to fix it, but it doesn't really belong to us. So should we do that? Wouldn't it be better to have our own stuff that we can really care for more properly? And again, that's just the example of pianos. The same thing is true for a lot of our stuff in terms of music equipment on this campus. So it's not just the spaces, but it's what you need in the spaces in order to make music. I can't imagine any of you not enjoying music at some point in your life. It doesn't happen by itself. It doesn't happen for free. It takes investment, and it's worth it. Trust me. Here you can get a sense of the vision that the students and I have been kind of dreaming up. The student made some graphic images of what it could look like, fantasy if we had plenty of money to make a really nice place. So here, basically we're standing here. The idea is if we're looking this way, down here there'll be a stage, and maybe there'll be kind of a loungy area and a bar area. Again, this is just fantasy drawings. It could look very, very different. But the idea is a nice open space where you can have all kinds of music events. Performances, could be jazz, could be classical, could be rock and roll, could be anything that the students want to experiment with. That you have a real venue that's easy to use, it's set up and ready to go. That's why the theater works. It's set up and ready to go. You can produce theater easily, and hence you get a lot more productions, a lot more activity. And that's what it's about, because the students want to have the activity. The students Here, musicians do lots of stuff, but they don't really have a good place to do it. They're always moving their equipment around, and that's not good for equipment and makes it more difficult to perform. And so again, if we're in this room here, this big performing space, and again, more of a recording studio here, where you can have a more permanent band setup. Too many toilets. It's kind of he had a little bit of fun with his computer, I think. And you can get a better idea here of what the basic wish list here is. They want instruments, they would like studio recording equipment, some high quality amplifiers, instruction books, sheet music, music stands. Most schools have such stuff. Why not a university of the 21st century? That's what I'm saying. So I guess that's all the real toys to show you right now. I don't know if you have any other questions, but that's the idea. The nut, the shell here is here. The outer shell is here. We just need to invest in the interior spaces and in the equipment so that we can really use it more in the long run. I think it's a natural part of the evolution of this university. Join us. As the students like to say, Jacobs rocks. A bit of old technology. We can do better than this, don't you think? All right, see you.